Well, Shogun had a daughter, not a son. That's enough. Does anyone have anything else? Darkspeed asked. Yes, I do, said a voice from the corner that made them all spin around. The bot that Connors had left was now walking over to them. Hey, bot? What do you have to say? Darkspeed said. I was instructed by Coach Connors to give you these after your introductions. The bot handed Darkspeed a small box and went still. Darkspeed opened the box and found 6 earpieces, all with names engraved on the sides. Cool, our first gadget, said Midas. Yeah, but how do they work? Bioforce asked. May I? She asked. It dawned on the group. This might be something she already knew about. Show us how it's done, said Darkspeed. Once in your ear, your biometrics turn it on. It can connect wirelessly to any computer to allow you to update your contact list. Of course, it can always be used as a regular mobile phone. She put her earpiece in and waited for it to activate. You can program it to respond to command words, or, most commonly, have it listen to commands after a finger touch like this. After touching it, she said, Replay contact list. She listened for a moment. It has all students, handles, the coaches, the techs, regular HU contact numbers, and the roaming emergency number pre-programmed. What's roaming emergency? Darkspeed asked. Via satellite, it connects you to the nearest HU team. Call Virtuoso, Midas said. Nothing happened. Say ComCom first to activate voice command mode, the bot said. ComCom, call Virtuoso. Virtuoso looked at She and asked, How do I answer? Either program in a keyword or just single touch the earpiece. How long till lunch? Olympian asked. Another hour, Darkspeed said. Cool, I'm going to program my brothers and everybody into my phone. I can do that from the computer in my room, right? She nodded to him and everyone went into their rooms to play with their new toy. After customizing and calling home again, first team went to lunch. They then explored the campus, visiting the places they knew they should know. The library was expansive and had plenty of places to study. Less than half of the classrooms were labeled by team rank. Most appeared unused. The labs were incredible. Only She had seen something like them before. Hello, first team, IQ said loudly from a huddle around a table with Armory and Knight. Hey guys, what are you up to? Midas responded. The members of first team walked up to see what the 3 brains were doing. Tactical costumes, baby, Armory said with a big smile. Without exception, first team rushed to see what the brains were looking at. The table was a large interactive touchscreen with an outline of a person on it. What is it? Olympian asked. We're designing a costume from the ground up with the best stuff we can find in the HU computers, IQ said. You have access to the computers? She said. Yeah. Are you supposed to have access? No, but why are we here if not to figure this stuff out? IQ shrugged as he spoke without any sign of guilt. Anyway, we found software and design proposals from previous classes. And look here, they had the holy grail of suits designed. A light, flexible suit designed from carbon nanotubes and chainmail-like circles. There would have to be millions of layers to even get the thickness of silk. Wow! She was looking at the data and speed reading. This was not her first time at such a display table. Did they ever make this suit? It doesn't say. No, the material was too hard to synthesize, but I think I know someone who can. IQ put a hand on Midas' shoulder. Me? Midas asked. Why not? Making a single element like gold is easy. It's the same straight through. But limestone or that steel you made the pit out of isn't. If you can make one complex structure by feeling a sample, then you should be able to do another. Given time, I could make a sample. You don't need to, Virtuoso said. I can see what you want him to make in your head. I can give him the feel for the material by telepathy. Watch. Midas, close your right hand and feel the sample. Midas closed his hand and tried to get a lock on something that wasn't there. Then he felt a phantom of an image in his mind. As he searched for the feeling he wanted, it kept getting stronger and more real. Give me something to change, Midas said as he held out his other hand. IQ was quick to hand him a textbook from the side of the room. Midas focused his power into the book and it changed. The book melted and flowed into a black, billowy sheet that draped from his hand. IQ quickly snatched the sheet and looked closely at it. He ran to the other side of the lab with the sheet in his hand, saying nothing. The edge of the sheet was quickly placed in a machine and IQ was pressing buttons like a madman. Did it work? Knight asked. Wait, the analyzer is still working. IQ didn't blink as he looked at the readout. Aha! IQ screamed as he jumped up and down. I thought this would take me all year to make. He hugged Midas. Unwanted touching, Calm down or I won't do it again, Midas said. You have to do it again, and better. Why, didn't he do it right? Darkspeed asked. He did it perfectly. Each loop even closes together perfectly. But you don't get it. If he did that perfectly, he can make any material, regardless of how costly or difficult it would be to make. This is just suit material 1.0. Wait till we get to 5.0 or 6.0. He can make it faster than I could think it up. I think you're forgetting a certain part of the process here, Virtuoso said, looking away. Of course, we couldn't have done it without you, IQ said as nicely as possible. So, when this new tactical uniform is ready, we each get one? She inquired. IQ looked at her like he had been insulted. When this new tactical costume is ready, everyone gets one. If we make something that a superhero can use in the field, we make sure they get one. Saving lives is not competition, remember? She nodded, a little embarrassed that IQ never had intentions of only keeping things for his team. That's the superhero thing to do. If you'll excuse us, we have some planning to do. You two will be available to make more stuff, right? IQ said with speed. I'm sure we'll make time, Virtuoso said. Darkspeed was the first to speak after first team backed out of the lab. Was that weird to anyone else? Those guys would have tried to gnaw your fingers off if you hadn't given up that sheet, Bioforce said with a smile at Midas. Midas kind of chuckled. I can make millions of pounds of gold, and that carbon cloth was the world to them. Right now, they're thinking of how to make nanobots with your power. The idea is to miniaturize computers, scanners, communications, everything. They have some really good ideas, Virtuoso said. Any thought to durability? She asked. No, not really. You guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back in and talk to them, she said as she stopped walking. Why? Darkspeed asked. I worked with my mother on the Sentinels quite frequently. Having a survivability plan from the outset will save them so much work. Okay, I think we saw pretty much everything. Will you be back for dinner? Call me, she said as she touched her earpiece and walked away. After dinner, 5 members of First Team brought dinner to the 4 alphas still working in the labs. In the lab, a 3D hologram of the suit hovered over the table. She was now just as excited as they were. You brought dinner, great, she said. Well, we can't let you starve, Bioforce said. IQ is so smart. He stared at the nanomail for a few minutes and came up with a much better version. The links are now larger and double-walled with the filament inside the ring. It helps the fabric dissipate heat and electricity. It's even fireproof. What about that survivability thing you were talking about? Virtuoso asked. We've got a good handle on that. Flexible circuits inside of hard housing should give us great durability for the computerized components of the suit, IQ said. When can we make one? Midas asked. Not for at least a week, IQ said. Why? If we came up with this much in a few hours, what will we know next Saturday or next month? Well, keep up the work. She, are you going to stay here? Darkspeed asked. You're the team captain. I'm here until you say otherwise. Be back at 2100. No problem. I plan on using the vid phone around then anyway.